So too many players, they miss the balls because they end up opening your body. If you can limit how much your body opens, and if you can stay more turned throughout your forehand and your backhand ground strokes, you're going to be so much better off while playing tennis. Hey everyone, my name's Tyler from Tennis with Tyler, and today we're going over tips and tricks to help you stay turned during tennis. Again, you need to be turned throughout your shot because players miss because they open up their body prematurely. If I open up my body prematurely, look where my body's going to go. It's going to go this way. I'm going to pull all of my balls to the left, or I'm going to have to muscle the ball. So I'm going to pull the ball, right? But in order to compensate, I'm going to have to muscle the ball. So I'm going to really hurt my arm, or I'm going to be super inconsistent and hit the ball out because I'm trying to get it in. It's not going to work. You need to stay turned. So by keeping your body turned, now you can let your racket go and then your body. You need to make sure you let your racket go first and then your body, not your body and then your racket. The first tip that I can do to stay turned is to start in a good position. Players, they don't start turned, so they can never turn through their shot. That's why they open up, because they don't start. Instead of taking the racket back with your dominant hand, or on your left side with your dominant hand as well, what you're going to do is you're going to pull your racket back with your non-dominant hand for your backhand, okay? So if I'm a one-hander, I'm going to pull this racket back. If I'm a two-hander, I'm going to pull the racket back with my top hand. If I am on my forehand, I'm going to push the racket back with my non-dominant hand. I'm not taking the racket back, I'm pushing the racket back with my non-dominant hand. By pushing the racket back with my non-dominant hand, it's turning my body. By turning my body, now look, I'm going to be turned throughout my shot. Players, they don't take the racket back at all, or they take it back with their dominant hand, and look what happens. They're still open. They take it back with their dominant hand. Look, they're still open. You need to turn your body by pulling or pushing your racket back, pushing on your forehand with your non-dominant hand and pulling on your backhand with your non-dominant hand. Now, two parts of the turn. Number one, you want your racket back, but now number two, this is huge, you need your body turned sideways. For every single person that's a beginner, 4-year-old or 80-year-old tennis player, which I do, I teach an 85-year-old. Shout out to Ruth. Ruth, you're amazing. If you're watching this, Ruth, I love you so much. I'm gonna give you a call. I have to give you a call. But here we are, right? When you're doing it, right? You don't want to be here. You want to be on your surfboard. I say surfboard, skateboard, or snowboard. I say, if there's a new person, pick one, surfboard, skateboard, or snowboard. Because it's so hot right now, we'll say snowboard, okay? So I can feel a little bit cooler, okay? If you're on your snowboard, you have to have your feet here. I've never snowboarded in my life, but you can't have, the board's like this, right? So you can't have your feet like this. You can't have your feet like this. You're not gonna be on your snowboard. You're gonna fall right off. You need to be sideways on your surfboard or your snowboard so you can stay on. Same thing with the forehand. If you can think that you're on your surfboard for your forehand or your backhand, that's going to help you. Look, it's going to make sure that you're turned the whole time, okay? You can't be like this, because then again, you're not on your snowboard. So make sure you're on your skateboard, surfboard, or snowboard. That is huge, guys, okay? So now my racket back, now I'm on my snowboard, and now the last thing that you can do is you can think, Shakira, Shakira, hips don't lie. You want that hips, right? The hips tell everything, baby. Let's go. Sorry, hips, look, my hips are facing to the side. When I turn from my forehand or my backhand, I want my hips facing to the side. I want my hips facing to the side. I want to think the two lasers are coming outside, right? And they're pointing directly towards the gate or the opposite court over here, okay? So you want your hips facing to the side. So we're pulling our racket back, we're being on our snowboard, and now we're ensuring that our hips are facing to the side. Now, the next thing that you can do is utilize your non-dominant hand on your forehand and your back shoulder on your backhand. Watch. In order to stay turned throughout my shot, watch my non-dominant hand. The moment I move my non-dominant hand from my forehand, this is what a lot of people do, I open up my body. By keeping my non-dominant hand over here, look, it's going to make sure that I keep my body turned. The great thing for the forehand is pretend your hands are cuffed up, right? They have handcuffs on it. Ha ha ha, right? You have some handcuffs, right? So if I turn this arm, what happens with this arm? This arm goes. If this arm goes, this arm goes. One doesn't go away from another. So that stops me from opening up. Visualize that you have handcuffs. Another way is you could take your racket to the side or think that you have a med ball, medicine ball. I used to do this all the time when I'd play, and I'd throw around medicine ball because look, if I'm holding on a medicine ball, I need two hands, and look, my hands are always together. By keeping my hands together, that ensures that I stay turned. Now for the backhand, showing the back of your front shoulder. You want to show this part of your shoulder every single time. You don't want to be here showing your chest. You want to think that you have a logo or show your shoulder or logo inside of your on your chest. So now look, you're hiding your logo, you're showing your back shoulder so you can turn throughout your shot. Look, taking it back with the left hand, body sideways, and now throughout the shot when I hit. The last thing to not open up is to, again, make sure you let the racket go first, then your body. You need to let the racket work for you. You don't work for the racket. Make sure you hold that racket loose, keep your body sideways, let that racket go first, and then your body. Again, don't let your body go first and then your racket. That was a crazy B that just went by me. I hope he doesn't come back. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, let your racket go first, then your body. Don't let your body go first and then your racket. You're gonna be so much better off when you hit. More power, more consistency, more control, and less pain. If you guys want more tips and tricks, make sure to click the link in my description for my ebooks that I just released. Make sure to subscribe to me or tell your friends to subscribe to me. My goal for this YouTube is to hit 100,000 followers. Now, for me to be really motivated every single day, I need to see subscribers so I can get to that goal and continue to post videos every single day. Have a good one. Happy hitting, guys, and I'll see you guys next time on court, and make sure again to stay turned.